Somebody tweeted this at me and said this is a good example of the generational difference in the way that Democrats understand politics, just broadly speaking. I mean, I don't know Jasmine Crockett's politics enough. To the extent that I do, I suspect her coming from Texas is, I don't know that how much our politics would align. But what she does understand is that Dick Durbin, sitting at the chair of the Judiciary Committee, is actively harming the country to respect a tradition that Republicans in the exact same position did not respect and led to a bunch of right-wing judges. Here she explains how holding on to the arcane blue slip tradition is essentially allowing for stuff like we see almost on a weekly basis now, where some judge, district judge in Texas, ends up changing the law for the entire country.
I think that we'll have the filibuster if the Republicans get a hold of the Senate again. You know, Democrats hide behind so many traditions, not laws, but traditions, even when we start talking about appointments to the courts. I mean, it's amazing that the president has been able to do what he's done. But guess what? We've got a ton of vacancies in the state of Texas, and we can't get them because of blue slips. Blue slips are a tradition. They are not law. And basically what we see in the South, where a lot of these terrible cases are coming from, is Republican senators say, no, you can't have any appointments in our state. We're going to hold on until a Republican is in. And then they decide to forum shop and send all their crazy cases to the crazy judges in the South and then take it up through the Fifth Circuit. And then we know what happens when it gets to the Supreme Court.
Well, right. And that gets.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
this is not like she's not commenting on the weather. There's literally someone who controls this, and his name is Dick Durbin.
It also affects her state directly, basically, because of the fact that it's a Republican state.
He's going to have Republican senators who are going to withhold their blue slip and keep those seats vacant.
So she's trying to represent the interests of her constituents and other people, I guess, also like other maybe Democrats who have, you know, judges that are worthy of nominations in 100%. Texas.
But the you know, the real problem is that that's why, like, when we talk every time now, when we talk to anybody who's an expert on the Supreme Court, we're talking about, you know, the words Fifth Circuit come up every time. And the reason why Trump appointees dominate the Fifth Circuit is because of this very dynamic. Because when it comes time for a Democratic administration to fill those seats, the people in Texas or Louisiana, or is it Alabama, I think, or Mississippi is in the Fifth Circuit, those senators just say, we're going to withhold our blue slip, which means that we're not going to agree to this nominee. Period. End of story. And then they don't offer up anybody else because either A, they know they're so crazy that no Democratic senator could vote for this person, or B, that the president won't nominate them, and they just want to wait until Donald Trump comes into office or whoever the next Republican is.
It's not playing
That's the dynamic.
Long game either, right? Because then it allows for the concentration of extreme far-right judges where they can be a laboratory in the Fifth Circuit, and they're all just auditioning to be the next, you know, Trump appointee to the Supreme Court. So when there's no pushback at all, there's not even really any, I don't know what the makeup of the Fifth Circuit is, but it's dominated by Republican appointees, if not all of them. Then you don't really have, then that basically becomes a laboratory for the Heritage Foundation or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously don't want Trump to win. I think him winning another 4 years would hasten our slide, the fascism that we're on. It would be nice for the urgency that Democrats say when they say, hey, we're fighting fascism at the door, for that to show up anywhere besides campaign emails, and maybe like some action that they can take, and maybe people might start believing them a little bit more.
I mean, Dick Durbin, this isn't just the blue slip thing, but there are not hearings thus far scheduled for Sam Alito
or Clarence Thomas.
They did a little bit on Clarence Thomas months ago, but they basically wanted it to get just to check a box and be over it. Now there are 2 reports in the New York Times that Sam Alito flew 2 January 6th related coup flags, at one at his house and then one at his beach house. And Dick Durbin's like, I don't know if we need to go down that road. In an election year, we're talking about democracies on the ballot. This is a gift. It's a gift to Democrats, and they just won't take it because of norms.
Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.